Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to give participants another minute to log in, and then we'll get started. But thanks again for being here. All right. Well, thank you so much again for being here during your lunch hour. We really appreciate it. I'm Amanda Garcia. I am the program director for our digital design, public relations, and marketing programs. And this is Kenley Fife.
Hi, I work in admissions for SOPA, and student support and success is sort of that big umbrella. We really want to help you take the steps you need to take.
Good, great.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to cover a little bit about who we are, what we have to offer, a little bit more about student support and success. We'll cover how to apply, tuition, and financial aid, and then we'll have time for a question and answer at the end. If at any time during the webinar you have any questions or need clarification on anything, feel free to use the chat function. If you look at the bottom of your Zoom screen, you'll see a little thought bubble next to chat. And you can click on that, and that will alert us that you've asked a question, and that will pop up in our chat box. So feel free to use that at any time. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So a little bit more about myself. I have been at Tulane a little bit over 2 years. My background is in graphic design and advertising specifically. I have been here, like I said, about 2 years, and what we've done in that time is really look at all of the different programs and make sure that the curriculum that is within those different degrees and tracks is better aligned with the workforce and what the workforce expects after graduation. And so that has really been my goal over the last couple of years.
And I'm Kenley. I'm a graduate of SOPA, and actually one of the degrees that I hold is in public relations, and I received that degree here. You'll meet Dan later. He was my academic advisor for the program. Now I'm getting a Master of Public Health and Health Education and Communications, and really, like I sort of mentioned, I'm just in my role in admissions for student support and success. I really just want to help people get through those sort of difficult big picture questions, like how do I get started? What am I really doing here? How many classes should I take? And so we all work together as a team to kind of help facilitate your success. That's why we're here.
Great, awesome, good. All right, and this is academic advisor Dan Ray. And when you come into the program, Dan, do you want to talk a little bit about yourself and your role as academic advisor?
Excuse me. All right. Yeah, so I've been at Tulane for about 3.5 years now, and I've worked previously with adult students, so I fell into the right place kind of, and have been working with our students here ever since, and are growing a number of programs, and to include public relations is one of the ones I advise for, as well as the certificates, and we'll talk about all that stuff in a little bit, I guess, as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to answering any questions people have, and yeah, anything else they need to know about our programs that we offer.
Great, thanks, Dan. Okay, do you want to talk a little bit about Tulane SOPA?
Sure.
Okay, great.
So Tulane was actually founded in the 1800s, and I want to say it's been over 130 years that University College and what is now the School of Professional Advancement has been offering classes to adult learners. So it's nothing new. I think what's cool about it is that the university has really been able to sort of hone what the community needs at the time. So it's been a really cool process to watch this elite university really invest in people like me and people like you who are looking to take that next step. And it's something that as a university we're committed to doing, and it's something we're passionate about doing, because I think it's always a great idea to sort of assess where you are and to see where you want to go next. And Tulane SOPA is a great place to do that.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
So the way that you can take classes is very diverse, I would say, at our school. We try to make it as easy as possible for you to work with your schedule, whether you're a traditional student or a non-traditional student. Mm-hmm. We want to make sure that we're able to deliver that content to you in a way that works best for you. Mm-hmm. So we have courses that are fully online. We also have courses that are on campus or on ground, and that is typically our SOPA courses are at our Elmwood campus. So if you're familiar with the general New Orleans area, Elmwood, right off of Clearview Parkway, is where we have our Elmwood campus, and that's where we have our classrooms. And then we have a combination of online and on ground as well. And then we also offer night courses. So those begin at 6 p.m. And we also offer some weekend courses on Saturday mornings as well to accommodate those schedules. So if you're looking for something that is very flexible to work with your schedule, whether you're a full-time, if you have a full-time position, even if you're not working full-time, if you're a parent or you have other commitments, hopefully one of those different times will work for you. And Kenley and I, as well as Dan, are all available to speak to you and tell you which courses are offered online, which are on ground, when those courses will be offered. And I know that sometimes, online can be scary if you haven't taken a course online before, but we definitely have in our student support and success that Kenley will speak about in a little bit, but also working one-on-one with myself or other faculty, we can really help to make sure that you are successful with those online courses and that you feel confident in taking those courses and confident with our Canvas platform.
Could I also just mention quickly, one of the cool things about all the different ways that we offer classes is that, if you have one night a week to dedicate, we can work with that. Yep. If you have 4 nights a week, we can work with that. You know what I mean? So it's really so good for the working individual or for someone who's just dipping their toes back in, you haven't been in school for a while. It can be an overwhelming thing. So it's just a really neat, it's a neat process. Again, I'm super passionate about helping people walk through that because it's been so helpful to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many others. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, good. So we have different types of ways that you can earn degrees within our public relations and digital media marketing programs. So for the bachelor's degree, we do have a Bachelor of Arts, a BA, in public relations. It is a 120-hour undergraduate degree, just like all of our other degrees, our bachelor's degrees. And within that, you can go the traditional public relations route, or you can declare your BA in public relations with an emphasis within our digital media and marketing. So although the BA is under the public relations umbrella, now we have the new digital media marketing concentration underneath that. And then we also have various professional certificates that you can earn as well. So we have professional certificates in digital media and marketing communications, as well as one in marketing and in public relations. So you can earn, up to those 3 different certificates during your time here. It really just depends on what are your goals after graduation. And that's something that Kenley, myself, and Dan can all help. We like to meet with each of you one-on-one and really see, what do you want to do with this degree? What are your goals after graduation? Is it to advance in your current job, right? To move up or to grow those skill sets? Is it to finish your bachelor's or to get a whole new bachelor's degree? Where do you see yourself? What type of job? What type of industry? And then we can help to push you into the right path that will help you meet those goals and help you advance in those areas once we kind of know more.
Yeah, I think it really helps to sort of sit down and have those one-on-one conversations because a lot of times we don't know.
Right.
And so we feel a lot of pressure to know, but working through it with people who've sort of been down that path
Yeah.
or who have the answers to those questions. It really takes a lot of pressure off of you, and also helps us to really make sure that you're guided in the right direction.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so for the bachelor's, we have on-campus and online courses. Like I said before, it is 120 credits to complete the full bachelor's. And if you, let's say, began college somewhere else and you took some of your foundational coursework, etc., that is definitely something that we want your transcripts. We can see how many of those hours we can bring in. We can bring up to 60 hours in. So half of your coursework has to be completed here at Tulane, but we can transfer in up to 60 credits. So that is a very common question that we receive.
Yeah, there's comparable credits, and
exactly.
Sort of Dan is a great person to work with that. To just sort of help you know exactly what
we can take. Yeah, it's not that we can take everything, it's what we can transfer in. We just can't transfer more than this. Absolutely. And then there are 36 credits within your major, right? So of the 120, 36 will be concentrated in, like I said, the traditional public relations degree or the digital media marketing degrees. And then for those professional certificates, so the certificates are anywhere between 12 to 18 credit hours, just depending on the certificate. And you must keep a grade of C or better to move through. And like we said before, you can get the certificate in the digital media marketing communications, in marketing, or in traditional public relations. So the second bullet point here kind of speaks to what I was saying earlier. So they can be stacked. So you can, receive those different course credits for whether it's industry certification, etc. So you don't have to necessarily go through the entire bachelor's program. If there are certain, once again, whatever your goals are, if there are certain goals that you need for your industry, we can recommend those certificates if you're not ready to complete the full bachelor's. So in terms of job ready skills, do you want to talk a little bit about like your experiences within traditional public relations and marketing and kind of what you gained from that?
Yeah, so I was already working in that field, and I knew that I needed the educational background to go along with it. I love everything communications. You'll see I love talking about that. So whether you're looking to be a marketing manager or you want to do fundraising, there are specific skill sets that you really need. There are strategies you need to learn, and those are things that you can learn through that traditional, and also through those certificate programs. There are a lot of, one of the reasons I think that we are so specific in what we offer here is because better than most people what the industry needs. Right. Absolutely. And so to hone those ideas, if you're someone who wants to come in and you want to be a PR practitioner, or maybe you want to be a digital marketing manager, then there are specific routes that you can take to really facilitate that process, because you want to come out prepared to do that job. Absolutely. And so I think that's, having those really practical job ready skills and having an understanding of what it is you want to do, and then what's available, what's out there, what do you bring to the table that your employer will need. Absolutely. And I think that's a really cool feature, especially for this program, because this is a program that's constantly changing. And so I just have so much admiration for you, because you're willing to go in and make those changes and to, to just sort of go with that flow and be sure that you're sending people in the right direction. Absolutely. Yeah.
And along with what Kinley was just saying, I mean, one thing that we really pride ourselves on is touching base with industry every semester. We're speaking to our industry experts and our advisory boards, asking them, what are the latest trends? What do you see happening? What are new skill sets? People that you're hiring with these similar degrees, what are they lacking? How can we fill those gaps? And so everything that you see on your screen right now, those are things that we're currently teaching, as well as more. These are kind of high level, but just know that every year, every semester, we're refreshing that coursework to make sure that we are meeting those industry expectations. So you want to talk about our academic support and success? Okay, great.
So one of the, I think I can't say enough about SOPA, and I was a student here before I was an employee here, and so you can really
Mm-hmm.
hear me out when I say, I mean, our academic advisors are excellent. Dan and I joke all the time, but bottom line is he's there to help you
Mm-hmm.
really succeed, to create that roadmap to success. Credits for prior learning is something that we offer. At times,
Mm-hmm.
there are situations in which people have been working in that field already, and perhaps they have a knowledge base
Mm-hmm.
that you don't expect someone
Just
to necessarily to come in with.
Yeah.
Right. So there are opportunities to talk about that. One huge thing, the faculty with industry experience, everyone teaching these classes in this program and in our other programs are people who are working in the field. So you're not getting only the theory of something, you're getting really practical, hands-on information. You're learning from people who are doing it. So they know what you need to know. And career is also a really big part of what we do. We have a senior career student employer advisor who's, dedicated to helping you. If you go in and you make an appointment, you can learn how to write your resume. You can attend workshops about how to network and why it's important to write a good cover letter. And then lastly, you're a part of the Tulane family, the Tulane community. And I've lived in New York, Los Angeles, New Orleans, and other places. And everywhere I go, there's so much respect for Tulane because it's such a place to grow and to really learn. You're getting a diploma from an elite university, and it's just, we want to help you take those steps to get to that point. I mean, I think that's our goal as well as your goal.
Yeah.
So.
So whenever you're ready to apply, applying is super simple. There is an online application form that you have to fill out. And to do that, you can see our web address in the bottom right corner of your screen.
sopa.tulane.edu/apply.
And then there is a $40 application fee. However, because you're attending this webinar today, we are going to waive that fee for you. So when you get in there and start creating your application, we'll be following up with you. But if you are worried about that fee, just let us know. We'll make sure that that's taken off. You also need a government-issued ID, a valid government-issued ID. And then we will need any transcripts that you may have, whether that's a high school transcript if you're just starting out, or if you have transcripts from other universities or institutions. And we want to make sure that you can get those credits for the courses that you've already taken. We'll need an official transcript, so that needs to come from the high school or the university, etc. And that can be sent to the email address that you see on your application.
Yep, it's SOPA records at tulane.edu, and it electronically is just so easy, and it's really a great way to do it if you can. But we can also take them by mail as long as they're unopened. When we receive them, they're considered official.
That makes sense. Okay, good. That makes sense. Yeah. Great. So these are the different deadlines. Yeah. So it looks like if you're interested in starting in this coming summer, May 15th is going to be your application deadline. If you're interested in starting in the fall, that's August 15th. And then for spring, January 1st. I would say applying earlier is better, just in case there's any hiccups in getting us those transcripts. Also, if before you're ready to apply, if you would like to reach out to myself or Kinley or Dan or anybody else on our team, we're more than happy to answer any questions that you have. If you would like to come and sit in on a class, right? Or, see what it's like. We're more than happy to have you and host you. We want to make sure that you feel as confident in this decision as possible for moving forward with Tulane SOPA. But these are definitely the deadlines that you want to keep in mind. These are the drop dead deadlines before you can start for those semesters. But working backwards from there is highly advised.
I would say another really another good reason to start, if you know you're going to do it, go ahead and apply, because classes fill up. And so you really want to come in and take the classes that you want to take, get closer to your goals. So for that reason, I would say, just from a student's perspective, you really want to get in there and get ready to do it before while you have as many choices as possible.
Absolutely.
It's a cool program, and people, I think getting into those classes and seeing those foundational courses and having room in them, I mean, it's really nice.
Yeah, that's good. So this is a little bit about our tuition and financial aid. Do you want to talk about this a little bit?
Sure.
Okay, great.
So tuition is the same for all undergraduate level courses. As you can see on the screen, it's currently $4.76 a credit hour, which is pretty competitive just across the board. So students are eligible for financial aid. I mean, if there are a lot of situations, a lot of questions about that, I'm happy to sit and talk with anyone who wants to chat about that. Just about the process, you know, you would apply for FAFSA, apply through FAFSA for federal grants, for federal loans. If you're a transfer student and you have questions that are kind of complicated, feel free, give us a call. Again, we want to make sure that we're able to answer those questions, that we get you connected with your financial aid counselor once you're in. But we also offer a lot of discounts, and I think that's important. We offer discounts for veterans, for people, teachers, City of New Orleans, and so Orleans Parish, rather, you know, both Orleans Parish, I think, and Jefferson Parish. I mean, the list is so long, but it's really great. And I mean, we have yellow ribbons. So these are all things that students have access to and sometimes just don't realize it. So whatever your specific questions are, please reach out, let us answer them, because there are answers and there is a way to get started.
Absolutely.
You know, so,
and also don't forget about that work-life experience, right? So the credits for prior learning, the 6 that you see on your screen over to the right, that's for graduate courses. So if you were a graduate student, which we're not really talking about today, but you could earn up to 6 hours. For undergraduates, I believe it's 24 hours. So that's 8 courses that you could earn credit for. And when you're trying to reach 120 credit hours, 24 of that's pretty big. So once again, if that's something that interests you, you basically will be submitting a portfolio, you'll register for a class, they'll help you do that, and then it will be reviewed. And so we can definitely kind of walk you through that process and tell you more about it. If that's something you're interested in, please let us know. But yeah, those credits for prior learning really help in, you know, shortening your time here. And this is just a little bit more about what we were just talking about. So there is a portfolio assessment, et cetera. And once again, we can go through all that with you. So we have our Q&A portal open right now. I don't see any questions yet, but if you do have any questions, now's the time to ask so we can answer them. I see that we have about 5 participants on. Thank you guys so much. So Elizabeth, Sheila, Christy, Valence, if you guys have any questions for us, we're here to answer them. And then if you have any questions moving forward in the future, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. My email is super simple. It's just amandagarcia@tulane.edu. You can call our main line. If you have, and you're just
KenleyFite@tulane.edu.
Yeah, KenleyFite, F-I-T-E. KenleyFite@tulane.edu. So super simple. Reach out to us. At any time. Once again, we can sit down with you one-on-one, even before you apply, after you apply, whatever you're comfortable with. Answer those questions to make sure that you're really clear on, do we have the right courses for you? Are we able to help you meet those goals? You know, do we have classes during the times of day that you need to take them? All of those things we would be more than happy to answer.
I think it's really important to you, obviously, and also to us for everything to be a good fit. So we want to answer those questions. We don't want you to come in and feel like you're in the dark. I love answering questions like this. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Great.
Okay, so I don't see any questions right now. So, all right. So please feel free to reach out otherwise. And thank you so much again for taking time out of your lunch hour to meet with us today. And we hope to hear from you soon.